Oh man, it's been a minute. It's been a while. It has been a while. What is
What are people who were like low key were like
waiting?
checking for us,
No, people told
thinking
me.
that we broke up?
Uh,
That'd
oh
be
yeah, that'd
funny.
be kind of
I'm probably
wild.
like, did they break up? Where did they go?
People
It's
that
not
know.
like we had like fans like that, but those people that, like probably like a handful of people that might have really been tuning in.
Yeah, people that know me in real life were asking about that. They're like, "What happened to the podcast?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Now we just working on strategizing."
We just got lazy. We've been together 9 years as of yesterday. We never breaking up, people. Just to let you know.
I don't think anybody thought that.
I'm just saying, like people might think that, like if a couple's podcast or a couple's YouTube channel just disappears or that people go on a break from recording, a lot of people's relationships be toxic. So to be able on a consistent schedule to record every week for toxic people, it's not feasible.
Yeah, if we had just like an office or something to record, then we definitely would have been more consistent.
Yeah, like if everything was set up already.
Yeah, because that's my laziness is like
Yeah.
pulling all these cords and moving stuff around. So once we get that settled, it'll definitely be a lot more enjoyable experience recording
Once
this.
we get a house or like a new apartment,
Yeah.
where we'll have a permanent setup.
Yeah. But anyway, it is 2024, first pod of the year, first of many that we'll do this year. Yeah. How you feeling?
Regular.
I'm hungry. High key.
I'm kind of hungry too because that meal I had was trash. Like
Yeah.
not even kidding, it was really bad. Like, and healthy meals sometimes hit, but that just wasn't a good healthy meal.
It didn't look very seasoned. It,
The
didn't,
chicken
it
looked
was
kind
too
of
healthy.
pinkish. I don't know.
Yeah, nah.
The macaroni and cheese sucked. So
Yeah. If it wasn't late, we definitely should go get some soul food. But
I just had soul food.
that was considered soul food?
No, on Thursday when I came back from work,
Oh, yeah,
I had
yeah,
cornbread. Yeah. I knocked out too. I had some catfish.
Yeah.
And you came home from work and all of a sudden the couch slumped. Sleep.
Yeah, well, 2024, new year, new everybody, and yeah, all that same old. But yeah, what are you leaving in 2023?
I'm gonna leave my laziness
Okay.
because I feel like time is passing by and you can see how fast it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so crazy to me to think like with like my CPA exam, right? Like I tried studying for it and I didn't get serious, and that was the end of 2020. Like we're in 2024 now. Prolonging that goal now, like to almost 4 years, is really stupid.
Yeah,
I could have been had it. I could have been. You know how much money I'm losing out by not having that already? Dumb. Like I could have had 4 years of like possibly like another $40,000, like a year.
yeah,
So it's like it's like you're stopping your own bag, and I just need to stop being lazy. So I really need to get that done before I'm turned 28. Like I want to get that done while I'm still 27. So that's a good age. I should have been 24, 25. That's what I wanted to be, but maybe I'll be 27. So, but wait, no, I was 23 when I started studying. Yeah, I should have been 24 because I should have got it in my 24th year.
yeah.
That win.
That wind is going
I
crazy
don't know if you
right
guys
now.
can hear
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm gonna edit it so they can't hear the way the wind is going crazy right now. We're in the middle of a
Snow, fake snowstorm.
snow, sleet, rain storm right now. When I'm leaving,
But yeah, wait, I'm not done.
oh, keep going. My bad.
That was my nice answer.
my bad.
That was my nice answer. My mean answer.
Leaving bitches in the dust.
I'm leaving my niceness. Like I feel we had to talk off camera. Like I feel like I'm way too forgiving, way too nice. I think that's why a lot of people have always felt like they could do things to me or like disrespect me because they know there's no consequences. And I feel like there doesn't have to be, even at this point in my life, because I don't really have a drama anymore in my life. There doesn't have to be any consequences, but I do feel like there has to be more. I just can't keep being so nice about everything. Like I hate that I'm like that. Like
Yeah.
people would to do me the craziest, and I'll still be like, it's okay.
I've been telling you
It's in the past.
since 8 years ago, you gotta set those boundaries. Because if you
Yeah.
don't set them, then people aren't gonna ever.
Ever respect them.
They're never gonna respect. Like you, it's really hard to not have boundaries set and then try to set them after
Yeah.
you feel like after you've had enough at that point.
Yeah, and that's like my biggest life regret. One of my biggest life regrets actually is never setting that tone from the get go, because I feel like if you did that, then people. I feel like we talked about this off camera. I feel like to have respect, you need to have fear, and I feel like nobody ever feared me, ever. And so if there's no fear, I feel like you always should have a little bit of fear for people that you respect.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like no one ever feared me because there was no fear of consequences. Like they knew, oh, even if she's mad, she won't show me that she's mad. Because it's like, in a way, it's kind of weak. Like it is weak because I'm not able to, So that's why I'm trying to leave in the past. I'm trying to leave that behind. I need to stop being like that. And unfortunately, I don't feel like I'm going to be in much more scenarios where I'm tested like that. But who knows? But I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
never know.
you're more so tested like that. Though I feel like when you're younger and everybody's just wilding out, acting stupid.
Yeah.
But like I have like my solid friend group. I have my life is I have all my solids in my life. So I don't know if I'll ever face that. But you just never know.
Yeah, you see how tumultuous people try to make their lives when they're in their 40s and 50s. They still act like they're in high school.
Yeah.
So you never know
You
what
never
you
know
might
who
be,
you might come
right?
across.
Or
Yeah.
like in the work
In the
or
workplace, yeah.
people do the same type of stuff. Like it
Yeah.
never
Because
changes.
the workplace is almost like high school in a way.
It really
There's a lot of
they want it to
cattiness,
be.
a lot of it's so weird. Everybody wants to just act like form friendships and like fine, everybody's different. You could form those things, but it's not a requirement for me. Like if I don't feel if there's no bond, I'm not gonna force nothing.
Right, and like why are people clicking up? Like we work
Yeah,
together.
like why are we going to lunch and
what are you
whispering
talking
like
about?
let's go to lunch? And
Why?
like,
That's another. Why are people whispering on the floor?
yeah, whispering is kind of weird. Like I'm like, why are we gossiping? Like we're here, we're working together. Like
It's just work.
we're making money. Like why?
Right.
It's because people miss that high school, college part of their lives so much because they hate their real lives, in my opinion, or they're just that bored.
You know what I actually kind of noticed about that? I think that all of the people that were popular in high school and were like quote unquote cool, I think that they don't ever typically end up working in the places in the environments that we work in. So I think in
Yeah.
corporate, the people that work in corporate were like,
The weirdos.
yeah, like there's more than not. They're like
Yeah.
not even necessarily weirdos, but they weren't
Yeah.
popping.
They
So
weren't.
they never got that experience, but in the workplace they can, especially if
Yeah.
they become like a manager or something like that, and they have a little bit of clout.
Yeah.
You can see that a lot of that goes to their head.
Yeah, and I hate it. So you're right. That's I didn't think about it that way. Like I'm more likely than not to face more of those scenarios I might have faced when I was younger in the workplace now.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a long career ahead of
You
us.
see
Unfortunately.
this, yeah.
40 more years of this. Like
Unless y'all want to support our hot
Yeah.
takes on this podcast, so
help us get out.
nah. But
tired
no,
of it.
for sure. Like, yeah, definitely would like to see more growth from you in that regard because I've been telling you this for literally years. Like, set those boundaries, demand respect, and a lot like myself, you end up getting it,
Yeah.
and it's really hard
And it
to
sucks,
make
like,
people
that's
unlearn.
like, oh, I wish I was like that, like from the beginning. Cause you know how much, like, I just would have loved to, like, I shouldn't have even cared to make enemies. Like, who cares if you hurt people's feelings? Like, especially because they don't care to hurt yours. So it's like, why am I so caring about hurting theirs?
Yeah,
Like,
You
you
care
didn't care
too
about
much,
mine. So
yeah. Everybody cares about what somebody thinks to some extent, but yeah, you definitely care too much. And we talked about this off camera, but
I just always was a keep the peace type of person, and I never did me well. Like people say they hate neutral friends, they hate like neutral friends, they hate the non-confrontational friend because sometimes that actually is a more of a bad like characteristic to have.
yeah, but yeah,
In a way.
I can see why people think that, but
Yeah,
you
like
know,
it depends on the situation. I feel
you're
like.
not trying to inherit the beef.
Yeah, like I don't
Like,
want to inherit beef. Like this girl didn't do, like that's the thing. Like with the whole saying neutral thing, it depends on what the person did, right? So if the person did something so crazy to you, and I love you as a friend. Of course, that person's cut off. But if that person did absolutely nothing to me, and you're literally cutting her off just because you're being a sociopath, sorry, I'm not cutting her off just because you're mad about something that's not true. Like we've been in scenarios like that, right? Like where we had like a friend that cut off a friend who I'm still best friends with, and she cut her off because she felt like she was gossiping about her. But that friend who's still my friend to this day says she did not gossip about her. So I believe her. I'm not cutting her off too because you're cutting off because you're like delusional and like paranoid. So like, why, that's what I think. But maybe take a situation like somebody literally like tried to kill somebody. Somebody literally did something really like hurtful to somebody, like, did something really wild, stole money. So, that's the type of stuff. Then I'm not, I'll pick a side for that. But I'm not picking a side for gossip and rumors, like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Childish.
depends on the situation. But I do feel like in general, I've always been non-confrontational, neutral, and sometimes it doesn't really suit well with people, and then you end up in a weird place with people,
Yeah.
So that's like my biggest like life regret as far as like how I presented myself because I feel like I'd never gained respect from anybody really. So that's what I'm trying to
I
do.
respect you.
Yeah, I think you
And-
because you know more a
but-
deeper side of me than most.
But I will also say that I did also did fall into that a little bit, to be, a little transparent, like, because you weren't so like tough or come across as hard or anything like that. Like, I definitely think even in our relationship, definitely not now. Like,
Yeah,
that comes with maturity and learning you and just being a better person. Definitely don't play with you like that now. But definitely early on, like I was one of those people that took advantage of those things too.
Yeah, like my
Like non-confrontational,
yeah.
or you just trying to be peaceful. You're just being a good
Yeah,
person.
because you knew, like, I feel like people know they can get away with stuff when they know they're
Right.
not going to get
And I definitely
screaming, yelling,
right, and I
consequences.
definitely did those things too, but that was like super early cuz
Yeah.
I quickly understood that like the way you used to come at me sometimes like yeah, like you're
Yeah, because when I got to a breaking point, that's when mean
right.
mouth comes out, and nobody likes
But
that.
now we don't even need to get to that point because we just have that maturity and understanding of each other.
Yeah.
And not even that it took a long time to get there, but you know, where we are today is definitely significantly different. But yeah,
That's another bad thing too about like the whole suppressing sometimes stuff and just being real with people up front is that then you end up what you end up getting, and then you end up being the bad guys. You get mean mouth, and funny enough, I feel like some people who really deserved mean mouth never got mean mouth, but a good handful of people did. So I feel comfortable in that. But but then it makes you look crazy because like, why'd you hold all that in? But my whole thing is like, it's not about like I held it in. Like we're all grown adults. You knew what you did was wrong. Like I didn't need to confront you about it. You knew what you did was wrong.
you would think people know what they,
Yeah,
but they
that's
really
true.
don't. Like people are really dumb.
Yeah, people are really airheaded. Some things I feel like it should be so obvious, but then again, even if maybe that if people might have not realized how impactful it was on me.
Right.
And so yeah, like I'm not gonna blame them. Like I should have said something in the moment. So I don't think it's I don't agree with mean Mal coming out after I reached my breaking point, but
Right.
you know, there was two scenarios I've had in my life where mean Mal came out after like I was at a certain point, and it's like then you look crazy. Cause now I'm sending a giant paragraph calling you every name in the book.
Where is this coming from?
Yeah, it's like
I wish you said something in the
whoa. Yeah,
moment.
and yeah, you're right. I should have said something in the moment, but also you do deserve me out at the same time because you still did stuff to me that was messed up, and now you probably still did know partially that it was messed up. Like
Right.
so, but it's like, dang, some people really didn't get me out the way they should have, and I hate that.
Yeah, I feel that.
But new year, new me.
What else you leaving in 2024? Is that it?
2023 me.
That's 2023. Jesus.
Well, that's really the main two
Listen,
things.
see, I said 2024 because I be thinking so far in advance.
No.
I'm already in 2025.
That's the main two things: laziness, slash procrastination. And I want like better routines. Like I want to get up earlier.
Yeah.
Every year I say I want to be a better texter, and it never happens. So maybe that's just me, and people just need to accept that. But people don't have to accept that either. If they want to cut me off and leave me, then they can do that.
Do you?
But 'cause I've been this way my whole life. Like unfortunately, I'm just not a phone person. Like when it comes to texting, like is this an awkward form of communication to me? It's not authentic. It's not real. So I don't like it. It's weird. I don't know. It gives me like anxiety. Never liked it. So, but I'm trying to be better for people who I know like texting. So I try to be better, meet them, meet people halfway.
No.
But yeah, I want better routines, stop being lazy, and to stop being so nice and forgiving to people. Like that's the thing too. I hate the whole idea of forgiveness. I feel like no one's obligated to forgive anybody. I feel like you don't have to forgive people, and I feel like that's such like a thing in life. Like people feel like you should forgive everybody, but I don't think you should have to forgive anybody. I feel like you could forgive yourself, and I feel like you could be at peace, but I don't think you have to forgive people. And I feel like that's what I need to stop being so forgiving.
Yeah, I don't forgive. I'm not a forgiver. I'm more of like I'm not anything. Like if you did something to me, there's no forgiveness. Like yeah, I can't forgive anything really, high key, because I don't think anybody's obligated to forgive you for anything. So for me, if you wrong me for any reason, there's no reason for me to then turn around and forgive you. So I don't hold grudges. I'm not like one of those people where I'm gonna sit there and have disdain for you every single moment of the day, and I just want harm to come your way. Like I'm not one of
Yeah.
those people. I don't hold grudges at all.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about this like for the past day about my status with people is just going to be based off of the last interaction that I've had with you. So if my last interaction was something crazy, I don't have a grudge. I'm not going to be sitting there losing sleep at night thinking
Yeah.
about that. But the next time I have an interaction with you, that's what I'm going to refer to. This is our current status, right?
Yeah.
Like the same way that you should deal with anybody, right? Like if you just got in an argument with your parents, right, and you didn't speak to them for 2 days,
Yeah.
next time you have a interaction with them, you're going to refer back to your last interaction with them. And so you're going to base your interaction with them now off of what just happened. So that's kind of how I work.
And I don't feel like time is
Time don't mean
apology.
nothing. Yo, time doesn't mean anything. If you wrong me, I
Yeah.
don't care if it's 20 years in the future. I'm just gonna think back. When was the last time we spoke?
Yeah.
And this is the last time we spoke, and you did something crazy, and I called you out for it. Then That's what I'm gonna refer to. I'm gonna pull it back into this current moment, and that's how I'm gonna address you. It's not gonna be you get the default. Hey, like we're not doing that. But
Yeah.
for me, 2024, but I'm leaving in 2023. The only thing I'm leaving in 2023, because I always try to continuously improve myself every single day and write down notes and have goals and check them off. The only thing I could say that I did in 2023 that I shouldn't do in 2024 is to really take my work extremely seriously. So I just got another promotion and I'm up. Yes. I'm up. And yeah, I'm up a lot from where I started at in 2019.
Like where you started basically,
Or
like
definitely where I started at 2018. So I'm up now.
like where you started your career.
Right.
Yeah.
Now what I'm leaving in 2023 is all of the other things that I'm good at and not taking advantage of those things, right? For example, this podcast, right? We have a very unique perspective, and this is not coming from me necessarily, but this is coming from commentary that we've gotten. People listen to it that I know in real life and be like, oh, y'all talked about blah, 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 where y'all
Yeah.
been at, all these other things. People leave comments on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys if you've done so. We appreciate it. All those different things, my music, anything that exists for me outside of the corporate world, those things I need to not take so lightly because I think that we do give unique perspectives on this podcast. I think that I am good at music production. I think I do have value outside of corporate
Yeah.
and money makers.
Yeah.
So what I'm leaving in 2023, the only thing I'm leaving is that where
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't, I maybe have dropped maybe 6, 7 videos last year. Now, granted, they do pretty well, but I need to take it more seriously and really take advantage of what I believe to be my talents. Aside from that, with the fake people, all that other stuff, I've been like that. Like I've been doing this, so there's really nothing else for me to leave in 2023. But just continue to do better. Like I've never had a down year, right? Like people always talk about, oh, my favorite year was XYZ. Every year is my favorite year because I'm doing something that I never would have thought I would be doing in the year prior. So every year is my favorite year. The present is always the best for me. Then the
that.
future don't exist. And
But
the
some
past,
years have more highlights than others, though.
I don't think so. Every year is a highlight for me, right? Like
True.
take 2023, right? I started off 2023. I got a 23% raise. How could I possibly compare what we've been able to do and the money I brought in 2023 with anything I've ever done prior? Because it's not just the accomplishment of the money,
Yeah,
but
I like that perspective.
it's also the experiences that we've had that we've been able to do based off of that money,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I
Is
feel like you could say it like that every year is a good year. They all have like a benefit. 'Cause,
Right.
like if you want to compare when your younger years, right? Like when you first get your license, like that's like such an exciting time in your life.
yeah,
And like that same year, we graduate high school, we go to college. A lot of fun stuff happened in that year. But then like
right.
every year, like I said, it's usually fun stuff. I mean,
You did-
those in
you-
between years are kind of iffy though. Like those transition years when you're in college, because it's not really there's no major things you're really doing in that time period. But it's always an uphill climb. Like you finish another year of school, you got a new job. Especially you, because you got a new job like every year while we was in college.
Yeah.
I kind of had more of like a
Look at what we just did, right? I just gave my brother a Christmas gift that was like, what was that? How much was that? Like 500 something.
those the Travis tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 500 a seat.
Right, to sit in VIP at a Travis Scott concert, right? So the two things, and you know this, of course, the two things that I care about most in life is health and money, because health and money is the two things that are going to be able to accomplish a lot of things. You can't do anything without health, and if you have your health, money is what's going to make you be able to do everything else. So 3 years ago, I'm not doing that. 2 years ago, I'm probably not giving that as a gift for Christmas.
Yeah.
So every year to me, that's cool. Like that's an experience that I was able to provide, and it doesn't mean any like not that it doesn't mean anything to me, but financially it doesn't mean
Like it didn't hit.
it doesn't.
That,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that was the point of the gift in the first. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like doing stuff like that is important to me, right? My love language is not receiving gifts, but I love providing gifts as my love language. I love doing stuff for people creatively that they enjoy, right? And I'm not gonna share because I don't like sharing private information. But the text he sent me after the concert, I'm like, this is specifically why I do these things.
Yeah.
Now,
That was his first concert, right?
yeah, like of that
Like that, like
type
like
type of
actual,
content,
like
that type of content. Because we've been to concerts, like we've done
yeah, like small or stuff, but like you're the artist that you really love and like
like
in a
rap
stadium.
concert,
Yeah.
like yeah, because we've been to like orchestral concerts, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like
But
Broadway type shows, right? Like stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the type of
Like actual like your age group
right,
rap like stadium tour.
right, and that's not an experience that I was able to provide previously. So I can never say that the year prior ever with anything in my life, just because I might have had an experience like going to college for the first time. Yeah, that's great, but what also is great? I was staring at the Burj Khalifa when I woke up on vacation. Those things are also great too, right? And those experiences weren't happening in the year before that experience, or 2 years before that experience, or 3 years before that experience. So every year is it just keeps going up.
Yeah.
So for me, there's nothing for me to change about what I've been doing because I've been doing fantastic. The only thing I could keep doing is like obviously keep doing the things I'm doing to keep advancing. But there's no major thing for me to change because I've been doing fantastic.
Yeah. I did.
And that's it. So the only thing I could do is just continue to take things seriously because I could get a music placement that gets me out of here forever.
Yeah.
So those things I need to really take seriously because I've had conversations with famous people, famous people's managers. And it's always just one step away from being.
It's like right there. It's so annoying.
Right there, right?
Like multiple times.
I was just talking to, like I said, I was talking to somebody's manager right before the holidays, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna do XYZ. This the holidays right now, so you could expect a response, blah 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 blah." So it's always right there. But that's that for me. Just keep really focus on that, right?
Reminds me of that meme where the person's like hitting the diamond wall,
right,
or the rock wall,
and then
the
they
person's
turn
about
around.
to turn around like right before they're about to like hit the whole jackpot. Like,
Yeah, and we never gonna stop. That's the thing. We're not gonna keep like playing as if I'm not who I'm not. I don't have that talent that I have.
if you hear a lot of people's stories too about people who made it, like some people do randomly just get lucky on their first time, but a lot of people it does take that like hitting.
Right. Look at Tizo.
digging.
Tizo
Yeah.
makes fantastic music, and he's older than us.
Yeah, he just like broke through.
And he just broke through after making music for a long period of time. And look how quickly
Now
life
he's
happens, right?
Now you're opening for Travis Scott.
You're signed to Travis, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
You're on Travis's album on one of the bigger songs on the album.
Drake's album.
Opening, you're on Drake's album. You're on Tyler the Creator's albums. You're on Don Toliver's albums, right? And it's like, imagine he
Like you
stopped
said, he's
making
opening
music
for
2
the
years
show.
ago. Imagine he stopped making music 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All this happened in the past year.
Yeah, and like you just
Now
never
look
know.
at
Like,
you.
there's no age limit for the stuff too. I feel like we gotta stop acting like we gotta do stuff before 30. Like
Right. Because that's the thing about people, right? People want,
Nicki didn't get big till her 30s.
right. Like people would rather take $5 million at 22 years old than make like 50
Yeah,
at 30.
just to say that they're young and got money.
Yeah, like-
and 30s is so young too.
Yeah,
Like, we gotta
that's the
stop acting
thing.
like
We gotta
30s
stop
is
acting.
old.
We gotta
Like,
stop acting like 40s is old.
yeah, for me, old doesn't really start until like 60, 70.
Yeah,
Now you're
like,
old. Like
yeah.
you're kind of up there. You've been alive for a minute.
Right. Because mostly,
And then if 60s is still kind of reaching. If 50s, 60s like middle age. 70 is old.
yeah, 70s
80s
old.
old.
Because you could still do stuff at 60 years old. Like I don't know where we got the precedent that people that are 60 years, oh, you look so good for
Yeah.
I never want to hear nobody say, "Oh my God, you're 30 years old. You look so
Yeah.
good for
I'm like,
your age."
I'm not
like,
looking forward to
huh?
when we get to that point. 'Cause I feel like so many younger people are gonna say that.
I'm like, bro, do
Like,
you
I
even
look 30.
realize? I think people. I know entertainers have money, so it's kind of a little bit easier to look good when you have money. But if
30 is
people
not a long
knew
time
how,
to live.
yeah, if people knew how old some of the people and entertainers that they like, how old they actually were.
That's the funny part. Like people like to talk about like, oh, you're pushing 30, but like Travis is in his 30s, and the people that be at his show like would judge somebody. Like people at his shows would judge somebody being 30 listening to Travis Scott music, but Travis himself is in his 30s.
Right, or Future.
Or like Cardi. Cardi's our age. He's 27. Like his birthday is literally like a week before mine. Like,
right.
He's our age.
Yeah,
So-
I don't ever want to hear that.
But people might be like, oh, why you listening to Cardi? You pushing 30? I'm like, nigga, Cardi's pushing 30 too. Like, what do you mean? We're the same age. Like,
Yeah.
it's no age limit. Like, you could listen to the person who's making the music who's that age, but you can't listen to it Like it's just stupid. People put too much time like limits on age. So yeah, I feel like you just like keep digging. I feel like you've been close so many times. You've been literally like right on the cusp of so much. Like even to think back when we were in college and like the Claremont twins used to follow you on Twitter, like you were always like so adjacent to stuff, and it's just like crazy because like you're just right there.
Yeah, I just talked to him too recently, like fairly recently.
Oh yeah, for the music stuff, yeah.
Oh,
But sorry. Yeah, but I don't know if they're we don't know how.
We'll see.
Cause they say like so many people say they're gonna make music and then they don't. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But that'll be a weird full circle moment.
It's funny. I was actually just about to go talk, like send a little message,
but be like, you just follow me.
No, not like that. Like, yo, whatever. Not gonna describe the moves right now. But yeah. Anything else for 2024 New Year? No, we good.
Just want to keep being me.
Yeah.
Serve more looks like I do every year.
Per.
Hasn't stopped. I don't think I've missed a year yet.
Did I just say per?
Yeah, you did. You drank too much. I don't think I missed a year yet. Honestly, I think I've been on a what's a good like comparative? Like when people say they've been on a Drake run. Yeah, I've been on a Warriors run since like 2016. I would say 2017.
You think you're gonna get to that Tom Brady run?
But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. 2018 was the down year for me. Something about like 2017. I feel like I looked so good. And then like I look at senior year pictures sometimes. I'm like, ew, like the hair was a mess. Some of the makeup looks like were really questionable. I'm like, what happened? Because 2017 was so good. Like I looked so good that year. And then 2018, I was like, I don't know what happened. But then I picked back up in the summer, like after we graduated. But I don't know what it was. Don't know. Maybe me becoming an AKA and the stress of graduating was weighing on me. But so I think my run, I really would say 2019 to 2023. I've been on my Warriors run.